Hello everybody. How's everybody tonight? Welcome to my live. My name is Laura Roderick. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. I come to you most Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time to have some crafting time and have some stamping and fun. So thank you for joining me either now live or if you're watching me on the replay on one of my Facebook pages or on YouTube. Thank you. I love having you guys with me. I think this is my relaxing time. This is the time I get to enjoy in the evening. So super happy to be here. I have some really cute, I think they're cute, cards to show you tonight. So I hope that you like them. Let's start. I like to do a contest every week. And sometimes I do a share contest. Sometimes I do a comment contest. So the last time I was on was 2 weeks ago because I had taken a little road trip. Hi, Renee. I flew to Chicago and we road tripped to Ohio to do Halloween weekends at Cedar Point. So that was super fun with the kids. And by kids, I mean grandkids, right? Because my kids are, I guess they're adults. Anyway, so I'm getting off topic, the share contest. So this past week, I was 2 weeks ago talking about giving away these red and white adhesive back peppermints. Super cute, right? So these have been in and out of inventory, and they went back on inventory yesterday. And then I just looked 5 minutes ago before I went on, and they are gone again until November 18th. So these are currently unavailable. And they're so cute, and that's probably why they're unavailable, because they're just so darn cute. I love them. They're one of my favorite embellishments. Anyway, the winner, Sharon Schmidt. So Sharon, thank you for commenting on my video. And thank you everybody who commented. I love seeing your comments. It's super fun. So for this next week, I'm going to give away these adhesive backed heart sequins, and these are brand new. They're in the online exclusives. So I will give these away, and let's do a share contest again. Let's do a comment contest. So all you have to do is comment on my video and you'll be entered into the contest to win this awesome embellishment. Okay, so tonight's cards are kind of artsy. They're going to take a couple of minutes, so I'm going to flip us around and we're going to get started right away. All right, you guys. So still having some issues with this being far away. I played with it and played with it. I've tried different things. So we'll see what happens. Let me just get situated for a second. I'm pulling myself up. Okay. Not how I like it. Again, I don't know. Do I need to get a new phone? Do I need to delete Facebook? I don't know. But I do have the controller not hidden this week. So let me try and zoom and see if it catches on to, see, it'll zoom on my phone, but then it won't zoom with what we're actually doing. All right, that's fine. That's all I can do for now. It's just a little bit far away, so I apologize. Someday I'll figure it out, whether I have to get a new phone, whatever it is, I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, let's talk about a couple sales real quick. Right now, all the Close to My Heart products are 30% off while supplies last. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about placing an order. The kit sale is still going on till the end of October. That's up to 30% off all the kits in the kits collection, even the new ones. And I'll show you a couple at the end of the video of the new kits that I got in. And I just like to always mention too, through the end of October, we have our starter kit special, which is a super, super great special if you would like to join Stampin' Up. And sometimes it's scary when they say join Stampin' Up because you're like, oh my gosh, what am I getting myself into? You can just be a discount shopper. You get $155 worth of products for $99 when you sign up. And it is, you have to pay tax, but it's free shipping, right? And so that's just a great deal, and that's a lot of product. You pick whatever product you want, and then orders after that, you'll get 20% off. Which is great. So think about it. It's a great opportunity. Even if you want to just place one order, get the $155 worth, and then you don't have to ever even place another order again and get the discount if you don't want to. You know, lots of different ways to do it. It's nice, and that's one thing I love about Stampin' Up! Is nobody tries to force you to do anything. They're not like pushy salespeople. Nobody's going to be like, hey, you should sell. You know, that has never happened. That's not my experience, at least with the teams that I'm on. Nobody's like that. Okay, you guys, here's the cards we're going to make tonight. So we're kind of going from fall to Christmas. I'm making the transition. I'm ready to go on full on Christmas. Let me adjust this a little bit. I'm not really happy with the way it is. Okay, let me play with the zoom one more time too. Like, come on. What would happen if I hit choose region? I guess I probably don't want to do that. Okay. All right, so anyway, so we're going to start with this fall card. Have you guys seen this Frosted Forest set? This is in the online exclusive, and it's just so pretty. I couldn't wait to use it. So we're going to do a birthday card, like a fall birthday card. People have fall birthdays. You might need one. Then we're going to go into full-on Christmas, right? And we're going to use all the different dies and masks to make these cards tonight. So we have this Christmas card, the Season's Greetings, Happy Holidays card. And then we're going to do this one, which I think is super fun. We're going to do a little bit of watercoloring. Super easy watercoloring, nothing difficult. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And so we're going to do this Happy Holidays card. All right, so those are our 3 projects for tonight. Let me get set up and going. Okay, so you guys, this is the set, Frosted Forest. Super fun. We're going to use this stamp right here as well as this one here. There's a nice thank you if you wanted to do thank you cards, some trees. This is a really nice set. So if you get the bundle, you also get the dies that go with this. And this, again, is a great set of dies. So we've got some outlines to cut things out. We're going to use, oh, I threw one on the floor. We're going to use this one for trees. We're going to use this one, this little silhouette one, which is super cute, right? Couldn't wait to use that one. Birds. It was funny when I was cutting out the birds, you know, I stamped it and I was like, oh, I hope there's a die for that so I don't have to fussy cut it. And there was 2 dies and I was like, brilliant. I was so excited that there were 2 dies and I could cut them out at the same time. All right, and then the Christmas tree dies, which we're also going to use after we use the masking. And let me see if I can get the one I threw on the floor. Okay, in addition to dies and stamps, there's also these masks, which are super fun. So we're going to use these masks tonight. We're going to use all of them, and I'll show you how to use them. They're super easy, so we're going to do that, okay? All right, in addition, on this first card, we're also using the Countryside Corners dies. So we're going to use a couple of those to cut out these pieces. And then we're just going to use the Stylish Shapes, this one right here, just to cut out our label. Okay? All right. Let me put everything aside. Here are our pieces for the first card. Now, I hope you guys already have this set because I checked again, and this was supposed to go, it was unavailable. It was supposed to be available yesterday. And then I just checked now, and they moved it back a week. So if you're interested and you want to make part of your order this set, you know, I'll extend this. Right now it says Saturday, October 26th. I'll extend it to the 31st, or, you know, if it needs to be longer, just email me. I'm not going to close the host code because you might want to get it, okay? Because it's a really awesome set to have. So we're going to use some basic beige cardstock tonight, and 8.5 by 5.5 scored to 4 1/4. So our basic cardstock base. I've got a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside, and a piece of this DSP. Now you guys recognize this DSP. This is Iconic Celebrations, one of my favorites. Lots of choices in here, right? We've used this before. I love these Cajun Craze colors. So one of the patterns which I use, this is probably my favorite pattern in the whole set, right? So we've got these pieces that we're going to use. And so this is 4 inches by 1 inch. That's going to go in the inside, all right? So I'm going to put that aside. We've got some other layers. We're just going to do some, you know, basic layering right here. So I have a piece of Cajun Craze, which is 5.5 by 3 3/4. And then this is 5.5 by 3.5. So we're going to layer these up like this. And I guess we can, let's just start layering, right? It's in my hand. Let me put these aside. And we'll just start layering it up. No reason not to. So a simple card, right? Nice and easy, just plain layers. It gets a little thick because we have a lot of cardstock layers, but that's okay. I like a nice sturdy card. All right, let's put the pumpkin pie. We got some beautiful fall colors here. And again, just top to bottom and then kind of centering it. Now, it's really hard sometimes to get it lined up perfectly top to bottom. And you might have to do a little bit of trimming. You can see how I'm hanging over just a little bit there. So I'm just going to get my scissors and just do just a little bit of trimming to kind of make it even. Okay. My scissors are super sticky from cutting some sticky stuff. Okay, so kind of basic right there. The next one is this piece from the Iconic Celebrations. This is 5.5 also, but this is 3 1/4. So each one is a 1/4 inch, right? Thinner. All right, so this layer can go on right now too. These beautiful fall leaves and the gorgeous Cajun craze. Love, love, love it. And I might have to trim one more time. Let me get my non-sticky scissors out. And these are sharp. The snips are super sharp. Okay, I think we've got it pretty good now. We're going for perfection, right? All right, so there's our card base. It looks good. All right, on the inside, all we're basically doing is that. So let's just finish that up too. And then we'll just build our other layers. 5 1/4 by 4, basic white. Now you could put a sentiment in here. We're making this a birthday card, or you could just wait and write what you like in here. I always should put this piece on first before I set the other piece down in case it needs a little bit of trimming. I don't know why things don't cut exactly even, but sometimes they don't. And you can see I went just a little bit over. So let me see if I can fix that. Just trim that a little bit here too. Okay. All right, good. So we have a nice inside, a nice card base. This is our foundation. Okay. Now, we also have these layers, but I don't want to put these on the card front yet because we're going to end up tying some twine, some linen thread around it. So this can go on here, and then we're just going to set it aside till we're ready to assemble at the end. Okay. So again, this is basic beige Cajun craze with the Countryside Corners dies. We're going to stamp on this. Let's get that out of the way right now. Let's do early espresso. And then all we have left to do would be make our beautiful, beautiful fall tree. Okay, so this one is going to say, birthday wishes for a day as great as you are. See if I can get it kind of straightish. Okay. Ish being the key word, because that is not super straight, and I don't think I'm so happy with that. Usually when I cut these things in advance, I cut extra of the label dies because, you know, just in case, but this time I didn't, so I'm going to pull it out of one of the kits. And let's try that again. I'm going to pull it closer to me this time so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, much better. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let's do the fun part. So I'm starting with this piece of basic white right here. And this is just, it's not that big. I think it is 5 by 3.5, okay? I'm just gonna take a little, just put a little tiny bit of adhesive on the back. And I'm going to get out a scrap of white paper. And you can see this is the one I used before. So I'm just going to stick it in the middle. And this is what I used from before. Will it line up exactly? You guys, how did I already get ink? Hold on. No. Let me get out baby wipe and clean my hands. And we're going to get a different scrap of paper. That's no good. Hold on. So I got my drawers blocked off here. All right, I have no idea what size this is, but that'll work just fine. All right. Okay, so where do we want our tree? Right about, will it line up like this? Yeah, it actually will. So I'm just going to use the same lines I used before, kind of line it up against the edge, and that's where we're going to put our tree. Let me get a piece of Post-it. Hi, you guys. Thanks for joining. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Roz. Making some fun cards. Thanks for joining, you guys. I'm just going to use it. You don't have to do this, but I don't trust myself not to move things around, so I'm putting a little piece of Post-it. All right. Let's start with some pecan pie. And we need some blending brushes. And then we're going to have some blending fun. All right. So, pecan pie. And I'm just going to blend right into the stencil. And I like it to have a little variation. It doesn't all have to be dark, or, you know, I like a little dark here, a little light there. I just think it kind of adds to it. And I don't want to get crazy. Easy, right? We want to keep this easy tonight. So there we go, layer number 1. And they are labeled nicely. This one has a 1 on it. All right, put that aside. Let's go to number 2. Hold on. Here is number 2. This one we're going to do in pumpkin pie. And this is lining up pretty well. In addition to lining it up here, you can see how it just kind of covers the pecan pie pieces. All right. I mean, can you guys see this a little closer? Because I know we're very far away tonight. All right. Okay, I think we're good. Pumpkin pie, color number 2. I need to have a place to start putting the stamp pads that we already used. All right, let's get a blending brush for that. Now, again, I don't want this too dark. I love a little variation in the color. And we want to keep it simple. We don't want to spend too much time on it. Okay, I think that's good enough. That was our pumpkin pie. All right, number 3. Ooh, looking pretty, right? Is it starting to look good, you guys? I just love this. This is so much fun. All right, number 3, here we go. This one we're going to do Cajun Craze. This one, I don't want to get too dark, but I mean, Cajun Craze is kind of a dark color, so. I say I don't want to get too dark and then I add more ink, huh? Okay. Okay, that's it, right? We have a tree. A nice, pretty fall tree. Okay. That looks good. Save my Post-it for another minute. Okay, now we've got that. I'm going to try and just take my, I know sometimes I'm adding extra steps, right? I'm going to try and remove some of this adhesive from here. Just because otherwise it's going to stick all over the place. So I'm just kind of using my adhesive eraser to lift that up and get it out of here. Otherwise I'm going to be working in a sticky mess all night. Okay, next we're going to take the big stamp that I was talking about. And we're going to stamp the tree. Get my glue stuff out of here. Over right here. So this is going to go over that. All right. And I stamped that in Memento. Or did I stamp it in, or let's do Early Espresso, right? We might as well. Early Espresso, here we go. So let's get this inked up. This is going to add the definition to our tree. Right now it's a little blobby, which is still very, very pretty, just like that. But let's add the definition. Gosh, I'm getting glue all over everything already. And we just started. Okay. Line this up right over. Don't want to mess it up now. We've already invested the time in the blending, right? Okay, I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Pretty tree? Let's see how it looks up close. All right, we're happy with that, right? Isn't that pretty? Okay, we've got the early espresso out. Let's stamp a couple birds. And we're gonna cut all this out. I'm doing those in early espresso too. So we've got 2 of these beautiful birds. Now you're gonna get your dies out and die cut. So let me show you which ones. I mean, obviously, right? We're gonna do the big tree and the 2 birds. All right, and I have pre-cut that for us already. So now we can just start assembling. All right, here we go. Let me get that ink off of me. My nails, I'm a mess tonight. My nails are too long. My hair was screaming, it's gonna rain all day today. So, you know, that's my like humidity marker. Super frizzy today. So I feel like I'm a little bit of a mess. Okay, let's just assemble. The rest is easy. So I'm just gonna start by taking the tree and just using some seal to attach it. Like that, a little bit here. And I want it kind of right like this, right in the center. Make sure it's kind of straight. I guess that's our theme tonight, kind of, right? We'll do sorta, kind of, sorta straight. Okay, let's get out some linen thread and we're gonna tie it around. And I'm gonna go around a couple times. Trim that off. Okay. And then struggle to make a bow. No problem. For some reason, with linen thread, I have to tie a knot first. I cannot tie a bow without tying a knot first because it slips and then I have this really loose bow and it's just kind of, I don't know, it doesn't really work for me. So that's just how I do it. Now I'm going to separate these a little just so there's a little bit like this, okay? Now let's tie a bow. And I want it to kind of go a little bit sideways, so it's not totally covering up the sentiment. It's really hard with these nails. Tomorrow's my nail appointment, so I'll get my nails done after work tomorrow and be normal again. Okay, that's it. Let me get the right scissors. Okay, let's put some dimensionals on this. Find some dimensionals. Now, usually the last thing I do for my dimensionals is use the edges. I'm going to use the edges first this time because I just wanted to kind of go high and low on my sentiment. So I'm just going to take some of the edges off right now. All right, we're going to pop this up. And then we're going to just pop up the whole thing right onto the front of our card. So this is going to go right about here, and it can hang off. Let me put it a little bit more this way. All right. Is it straight-ish? I think so. All right, random dimensionals. Are you guys having a good week? Last week was exhausting. Oh my goodness. You know, we went away. You know, when you go to an amusement park, you are like running around for 14 hours straight, and it was cold and rainy, so it kind of takes its toll on you. We had a fabulous time, but then last Monday was when I was coming back, so we had to drive 5 hours from Cedar Point. I'm just going to use some glue dots for this, for the birds. So we drove 5 hours from Cedar Point back to Chicago, you know, really the south suburbs, Tinley Park. And then I was probably home for maybe, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes, and had to go to the airport, and then flew home to San Antonio. By the time I got to bed, it was 1 o'clock, and of course I had to get up and go to work the next day. So, and then that night, after I got home Tuesday night, I had a vendor dinner with some doctors and vendors, and then oh, no, I'm sorry. That night was our team meeting at Erica's house. And then the next night, I worked all day on Wednesday, and that's the night we had the team dinner, the physician and vendor dinner. So it was a crazy week. By Friday, I was dead. I was exhausted. And then Saturday, we had our work, like, company picnic. So I'm glad to have a normal week this week. It's going to be normal, starting with doing a live on Tuesday. Yay. What do you guys think? Do you like this card? It's pretty, I think it's a nice fall card. Thanks, you guys. All right. Card number 1, done. All right, so let's play some more. We're going to do some more of the blending. So this time, all right, it's time for Christmas now. Here we go. This is our next card that we're going to do. And so what we're going to use for this card is, again, we're going to use some more of those decorative masks. And we're going to actually do 4 trees, 2 large and 2 small, because we're going to put a small one on the inside too, right? So we need to do 4 trees. In the background here, I don't know if you guys can see up close, is we have that beautiful snowflake sky embossing folder. So we're going to have like our snowy background, which I think is really pretty. Hopefully you guys can see that on the camera. And so that's this folder right here. Love this folder. I'm going to use it a lot for Christmas cards. And then for this greeting right here, we're using this die set. I like this die set, this Unbounded Love set, because there's a bunch of like perfect size dies for sentiments, right? So we're going to use this one right here. Now, if you guys get the kit this week, I'll die cut that for you, of course. You know, you don't have to have everything, right? All you need is the bundle, and then the other stuff I'll die cut for you. I will emboss this for you so you have it in case you don't have that embossing folder. We want you to be able to make the cards, right? All right, for greetings, I kind of went off track then and didn't use the rest of the greetings in this bundle, and I did greetings of the season. Now, we've used this one. I think we used this one in the Golden Greenery. Yeah, it looks like we used it for the Golden Greenery cards. And I love a good sentiment set, right? And this one is perfect. And it's even got this nice big, like, inside type sentiment. Just these are really pretty fonts, right? So we're going to use the Season's Greetings, and on the inside, Happy Holidays. And I just put these 2 are separate stamps, and we put them together to stamp Happy Holidays. All right, we're ready to get started. Hold on, I need a drink though. Please hold for 1 second. Okay, here's our pieces in our full Christmas colors. All right, so these are our 2 pieces that we're going to use to do our Christmas trees. All right, here's our card base, and this is shaded spruce, 8.5, 5.5, scored to 4.25, 5.25 by 4 for the inside. All right, we don't have to do anything with that yet. We'll hold off on the label. Here's our other other layers. So 5.25 by 4 of the cherry cobbler. That's going to go right on here, and then this with the snowflake sky. And this one is basic white, and it's 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So we're going to get that skinny cherry cobbler border. We didn't want too much red, right? We didn't want to get crazy with the red. So that's going to be our layers right there. We don't want to attach it yet because we're going to tie some ribbon once we start to assemble. So we're just going to put everything aside, and let's start working on our Christmas trees. And these will go by fast too, because we're just going to do the same thing. Quick 1, 2, 3. So how did I do this? I just have a piece of scrap paper, and these ones, I'm going to do 2, like I said, 2 of each. So these are labeled ABC. All right. So I think we're going to start here. We'll do the top one first. Let me move this down. Let's get one of our pieces. Let's put both of our pieces down with just a tiny bit of adhesive just to kind of hold it a little bit. So we're going to have one here. Doesn't have to be lined up perfectly, because remember, we're going to die cut these, so it doesn't matter that much. All right, just so we got the trees somewhere on there before we die cut. Okay, here's A. So this is going to go right here, and you can see I already lined this up and did it once. All right, so Post-it tape again. Okay, I decided the colors I wanted to use were Garden Green and Shaded Spruce on my trees. So let's start with Garden Green, and here is a blending brush for this. Let's just do our blending. Then we're going to move this down to the bottom and do another set of trees, because we need 4 trees. You can see mine's kind of coming up a little. Maybe I'm a little rough when it comes to doing this, or maybe I was rough when I was washing it. And you can just rinse these in the sink after you're finished with some water. I just used some nice warm water. I didn't use any soap or anything. And again, just going for a little color variation. I don't want it to be exactly the same, but I do want to make sure I get all the spots and not have a bunch of white. Make sure it's well defined. Okay. Lifting this one up, moving down to the other one. Same thing, lining it up with the lines that I already made. And here we go. Here's our other trees. Now we're also going to use some embossing paste. And this is the first time that I used the embossing paste ever. And I got the one that's the shimmer embossing paste. So I'll show you in a second. Let me just finish this one layer of tree. So the thing with the shimmer embossing paste, the white shimmer embossing paste, is that, I don't know, is translucent the right word? It kind of dries. When it dries, it doesn't dry like white. You can see, I mean, it does if it's against the white, but you can kind of see the green underneath it. So if you wanted this like snow on the trees to be really white, you would probably need to use the regular white embossing paste and not the shimmer. I don't have that embossing paste. I haven't purchased that, so all I have is the shimmer because, of course, I was thinking snow for winter. So that's what I did, but I still think it came out good. All right, we're done with that layer. Going on to shaded spruce. This will be our next layer, and this is B. So let me get this one lined up. All right, good. Move it up just a little bit. I love these trees. I think they're really cute. All right, is this shaded spruce? This one's darker. And I don't have blending brushes for every color. I usually just do the color families, but I did separate my greens a little bit because I didn't want them to mix too much on my page. So we've got the shaded spruce, which almost has like a little more of a blue green in it, even though it's a dark green. And so I'm just going over that. And then we'll do the same thing we did before, move it down to the bottom and do it again. We want to do all our things at the same time. Okay. Look at that. Is that pretty? Let me hold it up so you can see closer. You can see the pretty colors with it. There's a delay, so it takes me a minute. Ooh, Renee. Renee says you can add any ink from refills to the paste as well. That sounds like a really good idea. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Let's do the other one. So you can see how easy and fast this is, right? Have you guys done a lot of work with the masks before? I really have not. So this is really fun. I'm loving having this fun doing it. Okay, that's it. We've got trees. All right, now we're gonna get the embossing paste out. All right, and that's gonna be for layer C. This is our last layer tonight of this. So let me move this down again. Now, have you guys used embossing paste before? So I bought it a while ago and I hadn't used it yet. I think I bought it like in maybe August or something. And so I couldn't find my tools. I was like, Oh, I couldn't find my tools. So I ended up just using this little like Cricut tool right here to put it on, which worked just fine. You could use a knife, you could use anything. But then later I did find my tools right in the place where I expected I would have put them. So we'll actually try using the tools. It comes in a set of 3. It's only like $5. They're just plastic tools, but super handy. So let's just get this guy out. Or do I want this guy? Well, they're all good. Which one do I want? I don't know. I think I'm going to use this bigger one if I can get it out of here because it's got more of a flat edge. Let's try that one and see what it's like. Okay, so I've got my, this is the shimmery white embossing paste. And it's messy. It's just plain messy. There's no two ways about it. So let me get this off. I stuck a piece of like saran wrap in there to try and make sure it stayed gooey. But you can see the shimmer. It's so pretty. So again, this is super easy. We're just gonna pick some up, not too much. Make sure we're lined up and just spread it over. Super fast, super easy. This tool works pretty well. Okay. All right. Let's move that and do our other one. Look at you guys. Isn't that awesome? It looks just like little snow settled on there. So pretty. And it's going to dry so sparkly. It's hard to see on camera sometimes, the sparkle, right? Especially when you're so far away too. All right. Last one to line up. A little bit more. Now, one thing you want to do is get this cleaned off right away too. You don't want to let it sit and dry on your masks. So I did bring in a little bit of a pan of water. I'm just going to go, since I can't just leave you guys hanging here and run to the sink and wash it off, that's what we're going to do. Okay. I don't want to get fussy and overdo anything here. Let me put my ball of saran wrap back in there. Try and keep this nice and soft because I'm going to want to use it again this season for sure. I'm pretty sure. Make sure it's tight. All right. So there we go. Let me go throw this in water. I'll be right back. I'm just going across the room. Okay. Let's see how much I have on my hands. All right. It dries pretty quickly and it sticks. It stays on. Okay, so let's take a look a little bit closer. We have our 2 pieces. Now you have to let this dry, and once it's completely dry, then you can die cut it. So you can see how sparkly that is. Hopefully you can see how shimmery that is. Okay, let me put that aside for now. And I did some ahead, already dried, and cut them out. And now that it's dried, you can see how much it sparkles. I hope you guys can see that, or maybe if I hold it like so you can see it, you can kind of see the sparkle in there. So really pretty. So we have our 2 big, our 2 small trees. All right. Okay. Let's start building our layers. You know, we have some stamping to do too, so let's do that. We're going to do Season's Greetings on here, and on the inside of here, we're going to do Happy Holidays. So let's get out some cherry cobbler to match the front of the layer. All right, Season's Greetings on the label. I'm going to pull it down. I don't know why I feel the need to line this up so it's straight all the time, but I do. All right, got that. And then the other one on the inside is going to be Happy Holidays. All right. Good. Have we done everything? I think all we have left to do is build. Okay, so as I was gonna start saying, we need to build on this layer and then tie our ribbon. So I'm gonna add a large amount of seal on here since it's embossed. And I'm gonna have, it's more concentrated, I'm gonna have that be the bottom part where the snow is more concentrated. Let's see if I can get this straight with our skinny border. Looks good. So these two large trees I'm gonna put right here and here, and I'm just gonna put them on with some seal. Nice and easy, right? These cards really aren't hard. And I think they're super fun to make. All right, this one right next to it like that. We're gonna put one of these little trees in the middle, but we're gonna pop it up. Look at my smudges on the back. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna just put one here in between because I don't want it to be sitting wonky. So let's do it like that. Okay, there we go, there's our trees. Let's take some ribbon. How do you guys like this ribbon, right? I love this ribbon. It's back in stock. The cherry cobbler and gold trim. Beautiful, beautiful ribbon. We're gonna just tie around this layer right here. And I kind of want it to end up in the middle. I was trying to figure out, you know, with the thing with it not being close enough, you know, I did it for a couple years. I never had a problem. It automatically zoomed to where it was supposed to. All of a sudden I have a problem. So now I'm wondering, do I need to like delete Facebook? Because I'm pretty sure it's a Facebook problem, I think. Do I delete Facebook and try and reinstall it? But I thought, well, I'm not doing that before live because, you know, who knows what could happen then. But I don't know. I don't know what else to try. I've tried everything. I've searched the internet. Everything. I just can't figure it out. Why something changed. Was it a setting? I mean, it's not like I play with a bunch of settings on my phone ever. So, okay. Not really happy with that bow. It's kind of, I don't know. Okay, I guess that's okay. Gonna be super picky, like I said tonight. All right. All right, I'm gonna move it over just a tiny bit this way. I think that's good. I wanna make sure I have enough room for the sentiment, which I'm going to pop up once I figure out where I put it. There it is. Okay. Right here, I'm going to put a little adhesive on this edge because that's going to be on the popped up tree. And then a couple sentiments over on this side. I wanted to reposition that, but it's pretty stuck on there, so I think we're fine. Okay, so this right about here. Okay, now we can go ahead and put it in our card. You can pop it up if you want to. It's up to you. I feel like we have a lot of stuff already popped up, so I'm just gonna put it down flat with some seal. Has there been any update on the program that you use to send the video? No, Renee, and all I use is Facebook. I just hit go live on Facebook. So, oh, Lisa. Okay, Lisa says, I found out a lot of people are having trouble with their cameras being so far away, and it's because of the latest update. And I kind of did, no, okay. I kind of did read something about that on the internet when I was like Googling stuff. And I looked, so I went to the App Store to Facebook to see, well, are there any updates? Is there something I could update now? And I didn't see anything that I could possibly update now. Maybe it was something automatic that happened. I don't know. I feel like this is just a little tiny bit too long. So, I don't know. I wish it would just be normal again, right? Okay, inside. Oh, you guys, I stamped it wrong. Isn't that funny? Oh my goodness, girl. That's because I start talking. Let's try it the right orientation, please. Okay. All right. Let's just use some seal for this inside tree because we don't want it to pop up on the inside of our card. Put it right here. All right. All right, a Christmas card ready to go. Looks like I got just a tiny little smudge right here. Hardly noticeable. Okay, you guys, there we go. That's it. I didn't use any embellishments either. You know, I figured we had enough sparkle and stuff on it. I kind of liked it plain, so that's it. That's just what we've got. Card number 2. Oh, thanks for the hearts. Okay, ready for some more fun. Let's do some watercoloring because we're doing everything tonight, right? Why not? Okay, so the next card we're going to make, where did I put it? 1, 2, here we go. This one right here. We're going to do watercoloring for the background. Now, I knew I wanted to use the silhouette die and do another card with it. So I was kind of looking on Pinterest to see what was out there because I didn't know, should I do this in black? Should I do it in brown? Should I do it in white? And kind of from what I was seeing from other cards there, none specifically or in particular, I like the white. And I thought, I want a bunch of trees, I want a bunch of snowflakes, and I just wanted to do more of a bright colored sunset with the different colors and to have kind of snow down at the bottom. And you can see there's a lot of Wink of Stella on the bottom too. So we're going to start by doing some watercoloring, and it's going to be simple, easy watercoloring. So we just have our 5x7. This is how it comes, our sheet of Fluid 100 watercolor paper. And we've got our other pieces. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's just start our watercoloring. So let me get out this little scrap to kind of protect our surface. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use the watercolor painters. I think this is a nice brush. This is how it comes. It comes with a set of 3. You put the water in there, which is great, and a glue dot at the end if you choose to. All right, let's not be silly. I like this nice wide brush. You can see it's kind of stained. Okay, and you don't need to get any extra water because your water is right in there, but I did decide just to speed things along, I was going to use a little bit of water in a jar. So I've got that ready to go. And just put that aside here. Okay, so the way I like to do my watercoloring, here's the 3 colors we're going to use to do our kind of bright sunset, our pretty colors. I'm going to use Peach Pie, Melon Mambo, and Highland Heather. I'm going to start with Peach Pie. I don't like to smash my case and get ink inside. I like a nice clean, I don't know, I know, you guys. I'm just like that. So what I like to do is just pick it up on a block. So I'm just gonna pick up some of this Peach Pie ink on a block, and then I'm just gonna use it that way. I am gonna take some water and kind of wet my entire piece of watercolor paper. Just that's gonna help the watercolors just kind of blend more, the ink blend more. All right, I'm gonna start at the bottom, and I'm just gonna push a little bit of water and kind of pick up the color from my block. And then I'm just going straight across. We're not getting fancy here. We're not doing anything crazy. Why? I need more water, hold on. I just want color to go straight across, and we're just gonna do, I don't have enough color. And I don't want to stick it back in yet to my stamp pad until I get some of this water off of here. But I am going to need to pick up some more ink, so let me wipe that off. Add a little bit more water. Okay. And again, I'm just going maybe 1/3 of the way up because we're going to add more colors. That looks more like halfway up. And kind of go to the edges a little bit if I'm able to. We're going to cut this down, so, but I still want to make sure I'm wide enough. All right, that's it. Nothing fancy. All right, let's move on to the next color before everything starts to dry. So next we're going to do Melon Mambo. Let me wipe this off with a baby wipe. I use a lot of baby wipes for this project. Let me get out a couple more. Okay. Okay, Melon Mambo, same thing. Now, you could also just use your, what do you call them, those little refills? The ink, you know, the little ink here, like one of these. This is the wrong color, but just one of these little refills, and just drop a couple drops on there to do your watercoloring too. Okay. Picking up Melon Mambo. This is going to be dark, right? And we're going to kind of blend it a little bit into the peach pie and get a little bit of a darker orange. So we're going to have several colors even though we're only using 3. All right. And I want a little bit lighter towards the top. Okay. Again, not going to spend a lot of time here. We just want our lines going across. And I think we blended the colors pretty good. All right, so we've kind of got some orange and yellow. We're kind of doing a little rainbow thing going up. That's all we're gonna do. I don't want to get carried away. Let me clean off my block. All right, last color, Highland Heather. Oh, Renee, good idea. Renee's saying you could use your paste on the bottom as well instead of the Wink of Stellar. It would texture and sparkle. So, so true. That would be gorgeous, especially the white on white. That would be so pretty. I'm not prepared to do that tonight because we would have to let it dry. So I would have wanted to do that in advance, but I might try that because I have some extra pieces cut out. So I'll probably make another one of these cards. So I might actually try that, Renee, and see how pretty that looks. Okay, last color, Highland Heather. Let's go all the way to the top and fill that in. And then see if we can blend this a little bit. Let me get just a tiny bit more water to kind of blend our purples and pinks. Okay, looks good, right? We're done, don't you think? I think we're done. Okay, let me put this aside, hopefully not spill it anywhere. All right, we're done with the messy stuff. The fun, messy stuff. Okay, now we have to let this dry. So usually what I do to let it dry is I'm impatient, number one. So I use my heat embosser, kind of like a blow dryer, and dry it, you know, kind of use that to get it going to be dry. And then I take a big old block and I just set it right on top so it doesn't dry super warped either, okay? So I'm actually, if you guys don't mind, I am going to take 1 second and add a little bit so I can use this later. So let me just add a little bit of heat to kind of dry this up a little. Okay. And then I'm going to just put it underneath my big block. So you can see all the different colors, how we've done that. I'll show you up close so you can see how that looks. Am I too close? Okay. All right. So, of course, I've done one in advance, so we have one that we can play with. It looks pretty much the same with the same colors. So we're going to need to cut it now. So let's start with our layers. We're starting with Melon Mambo. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. It's going to open this way. 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside, which all we're going to do is stamp that. So let's put that aside for stamping. Let me put this over here. Okay. Wait, why do I have so many layers? I don't know. Do I have 2? Sorry, I'm confused. Oh, because this one goes down here. So one for the inside, one for the outside. So the one for the outside is a little bit bigger. So this is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So that's going to be the first layer here. And then what we're going to do with the fluid watercolor is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So it's going to be like a 1/4 inch. So you're going to get a little bit more of a border there. Okay. So like I said, 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So 5 1/8. Let's just start by like just randomly cutting off some parts, right? So 5 1/8. Okay. By 3 7/8. So I kind of want, let's just cut a little bit off here. Wait, did I do that wrong? No, I did it. Whew, I'm scaring myself. Okay, this is 3 7/8. So let's cut a little bit off here. I thought I cut it the wrong way for a minute. And I was like, what am I doing? I can't redo it right now. All right, 3 7/8. So like that. I want to make sure some of this shows. I guess it's fine. I didn't want to cut too much of the yellow off the bottom. All right, there we go though. There's our layer. And I guess we'll build on this and then add it just in case we need to do any trimming. Okay, so now, also in your kit, if you get the kit, you have 2 pieces. So this is 5, and it's about 5 1/2 by 1. We're just going to cut that. And then these are 5 1/2 by, let's see, 3 1/2 times 2. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do the die cutting on those with this. Now, what I did for mine, I did it both ways. When I first did this one, when I did the card, you're just going to cut it this way and leave some white at the bottom, like, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch at the bottom, because we're going to use that on the bottom of the card, right? So you're going to cut this out. What I did with mine was it was a little bit bigger, and then I just flipped it the other way too, and I cut it out of 1 sheet, but I gave you 2 sheets to cut it. The other thing you can do with this, if you don't want to glue all these little branchy pieces, is use some of the adhesive sheets. Do I have them here somewhere? Hold on. I put them out so I could show them to you, but I don't know where I put them now. Well, anyway, oh, they're just adhesive sheets. Oh wait, I know where they are. These right here. This is how they come, the adhesive sheets. And all you do is just stick some to the back of your white cardstock. And I like to do it in strips, so I have a little bit of blank, so I'm able to lift it easier. If you cover the whole thing with it, it's a lot harder to find the edges. So I would recommend using some adhesive sheets if you have them. Otherwise, you can just glue it. Either way is fine. Okay, so you need 2 of these cut out with the tree. So I've got those right like that. Okay, so we've got that. All right, so we're gonna build on here. So let's wink of Stella before we do anything else. Or like Renee said, you could go ahead and use that shimmer paste, just spread it on here and then just let it dry. That would be lovely. It would be so pretty. I really want to do that now. But you want to do your stamping before you do that, because we're going to stamp right here too. So I'm just going to do like a little bit of curviness here. So we're kind of like snowbanky, right? So this is going to be our bottom piece. Now it's going to get cut off a little at the bottom. So when I stamp it, and I'm just going to stamp Happy Holidays from that same set, I want it a little bit up higher in case I have to trim the bottom. And we're going to be doing that in Melon Mambo again. And it's 2 stamps that I put together, which is what I love about that set. You can, you know, put your words together any way you want. All right, so I'm gonna kind of put it up a little bit higher, like right here. All right, we've got that. As long as we've got this ink out, let's go ahead and do our inside. And it's gonna be facing this way. Okay, good. All right, so now let's build. Oh wait, we're gonna Wink of Stella, then we're gonna build. All right, Wink of Stella, where are you? Here it is. All right, are we getting a good shimmer on that? Yes, we are. Okay, and you could do the trees too. I'm not gonna get crazy right now because I don't want to spend too much time. Whoa, Wink of Stella blob. I might have too much on my brush. Okay, and I'm gonna wait and put this on after I glue everything down. All right, let's let this dry for a second. Let's put this down. I think we should add some Wink of Stella sparkles to our background too. So let's do that. You guys, I stamped on the wrong sheet. See how skinny this is? Now it's not gonna work here. I need one, see there's too big of a border here. Now I need another piece, so hold on, I need to cut another one. Because if you remember, the layer for the outside is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Okay. It's hard when you got a whole bunch of white sheets, right? And they're all pretty close in size. All right, so this is gonna go on here. This is gonna go on here. Now, let's just start layering it, and then we'll add more Wink of Stella. All right, so like I said, I left a little bit of an area that you know, had a space in it, so I could easily find this and lift it. All right, so we want this first one to go kind of up right about here. See how most of the yellow got cut off? I should have cut more of the purple off, because now I'm not seeing as much yellow. I've just got the orange, but it still looks pretty, I think. Okay, let's stick that down. Let's do the next layer. So this one I'm kind of just putting like here, and then we'll cut the rest off. Let me see where I got my little stripe area. Looks good, right like that. Okay. So I want that lined up just a little bit lower and right about here. Let's trim this off. Okay. All right, last piece. Stay. Is going to go right about here. I want to cut this piece off just a little bit so it's not like so stark, right? So it just kind of looks like a hill behind there. Kind of, okay, and we want this to show, and we want to make sure we're not going to cut it off. I think that's pretty good. All right. We'll see. If I chop off my words, you guys, I'm going to be upset. Let's put this right to the edge. I think that looks, does it look like our words are straight? All right, let's give it a shot. super sticky. And that's what happened to my scissors. Gotta get some Goo Gone or something on those. Okay, we didn't cut off our word, so that's good. Let's finish Wink of Stella on here. And I feel like this needs just a little trim right here too. Okay, more Wink of Stella on this layer. I know it's really hard to see on camera how with the sparkle, but all right, and let's take a little bit and just add a little shimmer to the sky, to the background in the sky too. So let's just do a little splatter. I feel like you can't see it that well until it dries. All right, let's see. And I got a couple of darker splatters because there was too much. So let me see if I can lift some of those off. They will dry clear and sparkly. All right. So can we see the sparkle? I think it looks fine even though we don't have that much yellow at the bottom. I still think it's pretty colors. What do you guys think? Can you see the sparkle at all? I'm not sure. Okay, let's do our layers. We're almost done. What time is it? We're doing okay on time. I knew this was going to be too hard for 4 projects tonight because we did so many different techniques. We did a lot of playing. Now the little snowflakes we're going to use, those were also unorderable but are back. So you can get those as well. Okay, there we go. Let's add our embellishment. And all I'm doing is taking some of these white loose snowflakes and just adding them in the background. And I kind of like to just kind of set them around first so I can see where I want to put them. And there's several different sizes. So we have the cute little small ones and the bigger ones. So just kind of decide how many you want and where you want to put them. Now, if you get the kit, I'll include some of these snowflakes too, so you can finish the card up. Looks like I've got mostly big ones. Let's get some cute little small ones in here too. So you guys, if you want the kit this week, all you have to do is place an order of $35 or more. Use this host code here, T3PF36Q4, and I will send you the kit for free. Okay, are we happy with that? I think that looks good. Let's glue these puppies down. All right, I need to get a new glue out because this one is looking kind of grungy. I'm embarrassed to use it. I don't know how I get glue dots all over everything in my craft room. Everything. Okay, let me use the take your pick and pick these up one at a time and just put a dot of glue. Do you guys like Christmas cards that are like, well, this is kind of, I guess it's a Christmas card, right? A winter card. You could also make it a happy birthday card, a thank you card. But do you like pink Christmas cards? Whoa, that snowflake came apart. I like to have a couple pink Christmas cards every year. I know that sounds weird, but of course I love pink anything. All right, this just takes a second to get all these little guys on here. And really, we didn't need any ribbon on this card or anything. We just got our cute little snowflakes. All right, hold on. These nails are a problem. One of the little snowflakes fell off. I don't know where it was supposed to go. maybe down here. All right, is everybody attached? Nope. Okay, we're done, right? Is that it? We did it all? All right, card number 3, our pretty pink, colorful Happy Holidays card. Oh, Renee says she actually made her first pink Christmas card a few days ago and liked it a lot. That's cool. Okay, cool. All right, you guys. Well, thank you. Let's pull out our cards again and see what we made tonight. It didn't take too long to make these cards. So we started with our fall birthday card. Then we went and made some Christmas trees. And then we went ahead and did our little pink winter scene, our Happy Holidays card. I hope you guys like these projects. If you would like the project and measurement sheet, all you have to do is be on my email list, or if you don't want to be on my email list, you can just email me and I will send it to you so you have it with the measurements. And it's got the pictures on there too, so I will send that to you if you would like that. Let me just show you a couple quick things before we go. Paper Pumpkin. You guys, Paper Pumpkin subscribers, right now the kit is filled with joy. That's through November 10th, and there's some fabric Christmas stockings. They don't show you too much, so I'm not getting a good feel for what this kit's all about, but it looks kind of cool that it has Christmas stockings. Okay, a couple of, and you know, talking about Paper Pumpkin, so here's the one from this month, and this was the one with the Winterly Treetop. So I did, if you're not familiar with Paper Pumpkin, it's a great kit. It's not very expensive. They give you all the things to make the card. So this one's got the ribbon, you get some beautiful instructions, stamps. This looks like a roll of tear and tape. You get a Stampin' Spot. When I first started with Stampin' Up, that's how I got all my colors of ink, was through Paper Pumpkin, because you got a different color and you didn't need the full one. You could just use the Stampin' Spot, so you would just start collecting colors, which was great, and I love that. It comes with envelopes. This one came with dimensionals, so it's a good way to start if you're just getting into stamping and making cards. So the first one I always like to do just like they show it. But I've never been super crazy because I feel like this is how the card is, right? I mean, I feel like maybe just a little flimsy. The envelope's really beautiful. So then I like to just add it to cardstock. So I just did it flat against the cardstock, and I used some shaded spruce cardstock, added a little of that pretty ribbon, and just kind of changed it, not much, but just a little bit. So it's the same basic layout, but it's a little bit more sturdy. I like to add cardstock to my Paper Pumpkins. Again, when I did this one, this is the one that came in the kit. Opens like that. And then I just put mine on some cardstock. I did Night of Navy cardstock. And again, same layout, just a little bit different with the cardstock, right? It just makes it really sturdy. These envelopes are beautiful. So I love this kit. I got to finish it up. Paper Pumpkins are always good, but you can also get, like I said before, these kits are on sale. So they have this Alpine Air kit, and so this is a really fun kit. I haven't put this together yet, but it's going to make all these really fun cards, and I think they're beautiful cards. So you can get this online. This one comes with Misty Moonlight. It comes with these sequins. You do get a block, so if you're just new to stamping, you get a block. You get the Stampin' Spot, dimensionals, a stamp, you get all the envelopes, all the die cut pieces. So these are really fun kits, easy to make. The other kit that's new this month is this beautiful journal, and oh my goodness, you guys, have you guys seen this? Look at all the pieces. The journal is really, really pretty. I love everything gold trimmed, right? So you have this gold foiled pink notebook with these beautiful pages inside to do some journaling, and it's got instructions, so you can it tells you how to decorate pages if you choose to follow the instructions. There's all kinds of ideas for doing that. We've got some tear and tape. We have all these die cuts to do and decorate inside. This is just another really fun kit. I love their kits. They're so good. Okay, I think that's all I have for you guys this week. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I love crafting with you guys. Have a really good week, everybody. Oh yeah, Renee, she says there's so many cards to cut apart. You can get 50 alternatives without even trying. So true. All right, you guys, have a good week. Thanks for watching. I'll be back Tuesday and we'll do some kind of Christmas cards. All right, bye-bye.